Stanbic Match Play will join in there. Now, I also wanted to tell you a little bit about Ugandan basketball because what has happened is that over the last 1 week or 2 or 3, we have become what they call the Hoop Nation because of all the activity. Of course, it started with an enthralling end to the regular season in Ugandan basketball, where there was a jostling for playoff places, and
that's going this close to missing out on the
playoffs.
Surprise, yeah.
But they're in there, and Mogo Blazers will go into the playoffs as our favorites to win the championship, and then Oilers, of course, are joined in there by others, Some, KCCA, and all. So it will be quite interesting. But it's on the international scene where we've actually made splashes. What's happening right now is that in Abidjan, in Ivory Coast, the Ugandan women's team, the Gazelles, are playing in the AfroBasket women's version, and they are looking like dark horses to win this tournament. It's amazing that
they look good. They look
that we
very
can say
good.
that, yeah.
They look very, very
because they went and won a group in which you thought they might finish second because Senegal were in there. They beat Senegal in a very tight game that went into overtime. So they've won their group.
My heart stopped 20 times when I was watching that game.
No, it's amazing, yeah. So they've won themselves the group and gone straight into the quarterfinals, and so they are waiting for the winner between South Sudan and Egypt, who are playing for in a quarterfinal qualifier, so they can play them directly in the quarterfinals. In their path for the semifinals is either Mali or Mozambique. It's more likely to be Mozambique if they can beat Egypt or South Sudan, whoever comes out of that playoff. Remember,
it won't be easy, but it's
doable because
it's doable.
Right now the Gazelles are stronger than both South Sudan and Egypt. They beat both teams to win the Zone 5. And one of the things that has happened in Zone 5 is that Egypt have gone into some sort of transition. So they've got a younger team than the one which used to bully these girls,
yes.
and girls. And yet our girls have kept all the experience from that time. So they beat Egypt actually twice in the Zone 5 to win it. And our favorites beat them as long as they take it seriously. Knockout games are tough to call, but Uganda might, if they win that and go on to take on Mali, they've already got a test against this kind of basketball Mali plays by beating Senegal. And then the final on the other side, Nigeria is going to play in the quarterfinal against a team that comes out of the playoff between Cameroon and Angola. The Nigerians should go through that. Ivory Coast are hosts, and so you expect that they will make the semis as well, even if they have to play the winner between Senegal and Rwanda in that playoff. So there's a chance that you might find Uganda in the final of the AfroBasket in Abidjan against either in Nigeria or the host Ivory Coast. So for me, the way I talk about the Gazelles is I talk about who I call the Big Four. Melissa Kulu, Claire Lamono, and Jenna Sinde, and Paige Robinson.
I just saw her tweet just as I came here.
Who was that?
Jenna Sinde.
Yeah, Sinde. Yeah.
So she had bruises on her elbows, on her knee, and a broken nail. But she said this is what it takes to get the victory. She says the joy of the victories basically made this pain worth it.
She's just a lioness. Yeah. She's just a fighter. Yeah. Jenna Sinde, one of our best players. So those four. Paige Robinson, of course, her shooting is what really killed off Senegal in that game.
She was doing it like Steph.
Yeah, she was shooting like Steph. Yeah. So those big four are held by Hopper Kello. Hopper Kello has done great stuff in here. She's playing big. She's pulling down boards. She's scoring inside the paint and everything. And then of course you have Namfubia. You have got Nachi Inji as well as Jamila Naskombi. It's a very strong team, very experienced. These girls have been there.
Some good depth.
It's good depth, yeah. Great depth, and so the Gazelles are looking that. After the Gazelles, just right after the Gazelles finish, our attention will turn to the Silverbacks. In Angola, yeah, they start on 12th actually of August. They're going into camp on the 5th in South Africa, and then they'll cross to Angola for that. Now the Silverbacks have just named their final roster, and so they're in the group of death in Angola, where they're going to be facing Senegal, Mali, and Egypt.
Wow!
Yeah, it's a tough one. But they have they're also relying on the experience, just like the Gazelles. There's a core of 4 players who have played virtually every Silverbacks campaign for the last 6-7 years. Ish Wainwright, Robinson Opong, Dengu. Those 3 especially, and then now you add Jonathan Komagum, who has played the last few. So those guys will be there, And then they're joined by, it's the point guard position where I don't know. Fayed Bale is back in there in favor.
Mark, why isn't Jimmy Enabo on the team?
Jimmy Enabo, I think, did not make himself available. I'm told even Tony Duleba said I think Jimmy Enabo is somebody everybody thinking has retired.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case. But Tony Duleba apparently said he was not made
Enabo was one of the guys who was at Kololo. I had a chat with him at Kololo. And it was, I mean, it's unquestionably one of the legends of Ugandan sport.
In basketball, many consider him the GOAT, actually. So, but he's not there. So, Enabo is there. So, those Denku, Ishwenwait, and Robinson Oponga and Komagong will be the core of the team. So, we have new guys on there who people want to take a look at, especially a guy called Chris Mubiru. He's coming out of college in the US. Ugandans haven't seen this guy, this kid play. This kid can ball. And
he's a backcourt guy
he's a backcourt guy. He can play at a 2 or 3. He's got a bit of size on him, so people will see what he can do. For backup on the sides, we have Emmanuel Wamala. And
why don't we have Arthur Kaluma?
That's where I was coming. Yeah, Ivan Muhwezi and Tom Mugenga, who's back in the squad, and those are the guys who are backing up. Oh, and the exciting youngster from our under-18s, Tejan Rujete.
Wow,
that kid is the future of Ugandan basketball. So he's part of the senior Silverbacks for the first time, and we'll see whether George thinks that he can actually start on that team as a point guard, or if he's going to be back up for Fayed Bale or somebody. We'll see that. But I was coming to Arthur as we wind up our basketball.
Yeah.
We would have been almost shoo-ins to beat one of Mali or Senegal or one of those if Arthur Kaluma was actually part of the Silverbacks team. But he's not coming down. Arthur Kaluma, unfortunately, we've missed out on him, and that is because the Los Angeles Lakers have just signed him on. Now, Arthur Kaluma got what they call an Exhibit 10 contract. Those are contracts given to college players who have not managed to get it through, be drafted.
Yeah.
To come and join summer leagues, to join camps of the NBA teams and join summer leagues and be able to play. As they look at them, without any future commitments. So Kaluma got in there with many players for the Lakers, and he was one of 4 chosen now to be signed on what is now called a 2-way. They've graduated to a 2-way contract. So Arthur Kaluma, basically, if it's a non-guaranteed contract for the next 12 months, which means minimum salary, which is not bad money in the NBA. We'll find out how much that is. But it means that he will play both for the Lakers and for their G League team.
Maybe for context, Mark.
Yeah.
What does it mean for Arthur Kaluma to sign for the LA Lakers? Put it in context, in football context.
It's like having a Ugandan player sign up for either Real Madrid or Manchester United.
Exactly.
For either Barcelona or Bayern
Exactly.
That's what has happened with Arthur Kaluma. Yeah. And this is after he was not drafted. For him to end up on the Lakers roster, I mean, I would have been glad I support the Chicago Bulls for him to end up on that roster or one of the others.
I would have been glad to be on the Pelicans roster. Or Sacramento Kings.
Whichever one, or the guys they can't switch different points, like Washington.
The Pelicans roster like Southampton.
By comparison, he has signed on for the team that gave the world Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like James Worthy, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal, that kind of team.
And LeBron James.
And which now has LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Yeah. He's going to be sitting with LeBron James and Luka Doncic on that bench, along with LeBron James' son, of course.
Two of the greatest IQs ever in the history of the
game. Yeah. Hopefully he can get some minutes and play 30 odd games, because you need to play 30 in the NBA and 52 down there for you to make to get the maximum of the money and the contract, and hopefully then the Lakers can take him off a 2-way and he gets onto their roster with a guaranteed contract. If it doesn't happen, as long as he has already got that NBA playing time and G League experience, he will likely end up on another team in the NBA.
Well, he's now on the Lakers roster. That's the
he's now an NBA team. Yeah,
I support the Lakers. Mark supports the Bulls, so I chose the right team. And interesting.
No, I'm so happy for Arthur. I'll be supporting him unequivocally. Him, Arthur. The Lakers, I'm not sure, but Arthur, yes. Unfortunately,
it reminds me of the day when
the Silverbacks can't have him in Angola.
When Salzburg was playing Juventus I was it was the Europa League game, and we were watching Ibrahim Sakaja defending the people like the Piero, and I was supporting Red Bull. I didn't care, and the body started off Juve. I didn't care what he was doing on the other side. Carlos Tevez and group. It was Red Bull Salzburg and Ibrahim Sakaja. So
yeah, but if it had been Arsenal or Bayern, you might think the way I'm thinking. Never mind. So basketball, we have gone places from NBA through Afrobasket down to Ugandan playoffs. And I'm thinking, Mark, we'll call it a day for this one.
Yeah, sure.
And then return next week to talk more about Chan and basketball and golf and boxing and football internationally. We out.